2-sentence horror stories. Recorded by Joe DeNoia, Chesterfield, New Jersey. Part 1. There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. My sister says that Mommy killed her. Mommy says that I don't have a sister. You hear your mom calling you in the kitchen. As you are heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too." The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she puts her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead. I awoke to the sound of the baby monitor crackling with a voice, comforting my firstborn child. As I adjusted to a new position, my arm brushed against my wife, sleeping next to me. After struggling desperately to move any part of his paralytic body, just to alert the doctors that he was conscious before they made the first incision, he was relieved to see that one of the nurses had noticed his pupils dilating from the bright light. She leaned in close and, in a whisper that tickled his ear, said, "You think we don't know you're awake?" My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. I wake up and everything feels wrong. It's too quiet outside. I look out the window and see everyone standing still, looking at my house. The doctors told the amputee he might experience a phantom limb from time to time. Nobody prepared him for the moment, though, when he felt cold fingers brush across his phantom hand. Growing up with cats and dogs, I got used to the sound of scratching on my door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it is much more unsettling. I woke up to hear knocking on the glass. At first, I thought it was the window, until I heard it come from the mirror again. After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening: seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment to place them there. They celebrated the first successful cryogenic freezing. He had no way of letting them know he was still conscious. "I can't sleep," she whispered, crawling into bed with me. I woke up cold, clutching the dress she was buried in. You know that weird, full-body twitch you get sometimes when you're falling asleep? If there was a camera pointing at you, and you saw what it captured at that moment, you'd never sleep again. The grinning face stared at me from the darkness beyond my bedroom window. I live on the 14th floor. Sleep did not come to me easily that night in the cabin in the woods. For the portraits on the wall only portrayed the deformed, the decrepit, and the damned. Sleep has never come easily to me ever again, for when I woke, I found no portraits, only windows. I always thought my cat had a staring problem. She always seemed fixated on my face. Until one day, when I realized she was always looking just behind me. There is nothing like the laughter of a baby, unless it's 1 a.m. and you're home alone. The end of 2-sentence horror stories. Part 1. Read by Joe DeNoia, Chesterfield, New Jersey. April 13th, 2021.